Hello, future teachers! You've probably heard of differentiation, but sometimes it can be difficult to put it into words or think of examples. That is what I'm here to help you with today. At its core, differentiation celebrates student diversity, such as various reading levels, learning styles, exceptionalities in English language learners, by addressing all student needs equally, be they academic, behavioral, or language needs. Carol Tomlinson, a prominent trailblazer for differentiation, reminds us that it's actually not a set of strategies. It's a way of thinking about teaching and learning. Strategies are tools to accomplish the goals of differentiated instruction. Let's take a look at a flowchart from her website that wonderfully summarizes the process. Differentiation is a teacher's response to learners' needs, guided by mindset and general principles of differentiation, such as respectful tasks, flexible grouping, and continual assessment. Teachers can differentiate through content, process, product, and environment, according to students' readiness, interests, and learning profile, using instructional strategies such as RAFs, graphic organizers, cubing, and so on. Now, let's zone in on those four main modes of differentiation. In her book, Tomlinson defines content as what the student needs to learn or how the student will gain access to the information. Process as activities in which the student engages in order to make sense of or master the content. Products as culminating projects that ask the student to rehearse, apply, and extend what he or she learned in a unit. And environment as the way the classroom works and feels. This is Miss Romero, and she's going to walk us through each of these areas with some examples from her class. Hi there! I'll be teaching a unit on the Bill of Rights to my 8th grade social studies class. To differentiate for content, I will have students take a pre-assessment to see what kind of prior knowledge the students have, and to discover student interests and learning styles. I will also have students at advanced reading levels examine the bill and its original text, while those at lower reading levels read a summary of the bill at a more appropriate readability level. To differentiate for process, I'm going to use the jigsaw activity for cooperative learning. In this strategy, each student will become an expert on a certain amendment and then return to their home groups to teach each other about the various amendments. I'll be sure to group English language learners with classmates who can translate and scaffold them in this activity. This would encourage flexible grouping because these groups would be used for this activity only and would even change a couple times within the activity. Having each student become an expert is a respectful task because it values and challenges each student by making them responsible for an important part of the collective learning. To differentiate for product, I will have students do a current events report to see how the Bill of Rights operates today. Students will be able to choose their desired mode of reporting, such as a magazine article or comic strip, from a choice board. To differentiate for environment, I will schedule a couple class periods in the library computer lab so students can have class time to research their current event and use the computers to work on them. Wow, those are some great ideas, Miss Romero. Thank you for sharing. Now let's hear from Mr. Green, who has a few more ideas. Hello there, my name is Mr. Green, and I will be teaching a unit on World War II to my sophomore history class. To differentiate for content, I will start with an anticipation guide, which helps me assess their readiness and areas of interest. Additionally, I will be using a lot of visuals like video clips and historical photos for this unit. I will differentiate for process by using tiered assignments. For example, I will have my students who are already familiar with the causes of the war create Venn diagrams comparing it to World War I. I will have students who are not familiar with the causes research them and then make a mind map. These will be respectful tasks because they will be challenging at each of their levels. I will differentiate for product by using exit tickets, an important part of continual assessment, to see if their knowledge and understanding really is increasing, and to let me know if any students need concepts retaught the following day. For the end of the unit project, I will have them do a report on a World War II leader, allowing them to choose the person they're most interested in. To differentiate environment, I will create a purposeful and flexible seating chart that places the students who need the most assistance closer to my desk. Additionally, during periods of silent reading or quiet work, I will allow students to work in the areas of the room they feel most comfortable, on the floor, around the room, or even outside. Fantastic! Thank you, Mr. Green. Last but not least, it is important to remember that you are not alone in differentiating. Being actively involved in your PLC meetings and IEP teams will greatly assist you in your problem solving. Your colleagues are full of fantastic ideas, but you must be humble enough to ask for the help. They can teach you about things like response to intervention initiatives and brainstorm appropriate universal, individualized, or intensive interventions. I hope you are now better prepared to differentiate in your classes. Thanks for watching my presentation.